And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gem in the Crypto, episode 996. Today is Wednesday, September 7th, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and today's top stories. Basketball star for a crypto launderer, Alexander Vinnik lawyers considers prisoner swap, and please don't say we didn't call it. I actually posted this one on Twitter some weeks ago now. Bitcoiner sentenced to federal prison warns users involved in OTC trading. Netflix bans crypto commercials on ad-based streaming service. Terror groups may turn to NFTs to raise funds and spread messages. Reddit NFT avatars selling for a premium on Opensea. And JPMorgan Wealth Management. That is right. They have went full crypto with the entire commercial. And I mean, more with this today's show. I guess we should just call it I Told You So. But what's going on with those prices today?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Bitcoin sitting at 18,857, up 0.11% after a bit of a slide the last 24 hours. Ethereum at $1,538, up 0.6%. Also a slide the last 24 hours. Griner coin at 266, up 0.73% today. XRP at 32 cents, down 0.44%. Cardano sitting at 46 cents is up 0.18%. Solana sitting at $31 is up 0.08%. And Dogecoin rounding out the top 10 is up 0.09%. And if we look at some of our trending coins for today, oldie but goodie, Ethereum Classic. Oh man, with the merge coming, some people have just now found out that they already had a chain split. So maybe Ethereum Swap or Ethereum Classic has taken hold there, but it's down 10%. Ethereum's down 6.5%, and Pancake Swap is down 4.25%. So pretty much red day for everything. And some of our recently added bargain bin shitcoins, My Farm at 226, MetaMonkey AI, whatever the hell that is, and Doge Zone. Some more good old made up coins that'll be gone tomorrow. So those are your prices for today.
No, bro, they're going to change the whole financial economy and cryptoverse, man. We all know Bitcoin's slow and you can't build on it, right? Like we all know that.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly.
I swear, if I had
we
a
all
dollar,
just keep buying it, we'll all become millionaires. Shut it out.
I've had so many conversations the last few weeks where it started like we all know Bitcoin is slow and archaic, right? Like nobody's going to build on it. We all know this. And I'm just like,
we can
here we go. Here we go. I got to pretend to agree for a couple minutes out here what the pitch is. Really quick, I want to get some shout outs. What's going on, Kadeem? Goodness. Live from Abuja. What's going on? Junior Maylead, Wendy Nichols, 11 Super Mario, just call me L. Let's see, Satoshi Slim. Good morning, Alpha Predator. Good morning, good morning. Everyone, welcome back to the show. And I mean, like I started off saying, this is definitely another episode of We Called It. Top story of the day. Like literally, we called it. I think this is going to happen. If this one happens, I'm telling you all, we need to go and take a deeper look into what started this all. But basketball star for a crypto launderer, Alexander Vinnik lawyers considers prisoner swap. It's being reported. Though political tensions may be high between the U.S. and Russia, authorities still negotiated a prisoner swap of Trevor Reed, a drug smuggler, Konstantin Yaroshenko in April. So it looks like the legal team for Alexander Vinnik, of course, this Russian national recently extradited to the U.S. for his alleged role at defunct crypto exchange BTCE, has reportedly been urging officials to consider a prisoner swap. According to a Monday report from Reuters, a lawyer representing Vinnik called on Russian Foreign Ministry Sergei Lavrov to conduct negotiations with U.S. officials to bring the accused Bitcoin launderer back to his home country. Russia's authorities currently have several U.S. citizens in custody under questionable charges, including basketball star Brittany Griner, educator Mark Hilliard Fogel, and Paul Whelan, a former Marine detained for allegedly committing espionage. The only thing that can save Alexander is for the Russian Federation to enter into negotiations with the American authorities within the framework of the exchange of prisoners between the countries, mentioned a letter from Vinnik's lawyer, Frederick Below, reportedly noted. Now, again, if you follow this Alexander Vinnik story, if you watched us, we've been following this very closely. You can look at our Twitter account. I think we even have the pinned tweets of where this literally goes back to 2014 with the U.S. Invading Syria or bombing Syria. As we say, that was a proxy war. But the reason why we're kind of saying this is like this whole conspiracy thing has been unraveling because literally the day after something happens involving Alexander Vinnik or crypto is literally when Russia and U.S. relations jack up or vice versa. So Alexander Vinnik, while he's been in France, I think in French custody by way of Greece for the United States for the last 3 or 4 years. This guy had been on hunger strikes. He's essentially been sitting over there until Brittany Griner was sentenced. Literally the day she was sentenced, the next morning, Alexander Vinnik was on a plane back to the United States. So if you don't say that is like just happenstance, I don't know what to tell you, but this is kind of crazy, especially that we've been talking about this. Do you think this is possible? I mean, the chances of Brittany Griner for Alexander Vinnik, and if so, do you think our country will actually wake up to the relation of Bitcoin and the geopolitics of what's going on in the United States and Russia?
Hey, man, I don't know if they'll do it, but it would be a great episode of Blacklist. This would be primetime TV. Bitcoiner bails out Brittany Griner would be an amazing headline for somebody. But of course, we've been following Alexander Vinnik since the very beginning, 2017. We said it was fishy from the beginning. BTC getting shut down is one thing, but the extradition and the movement between different countries and how much Bitcoin he had at the time, which was 4 billion, how much is that worth now? I don't know if they use that for the number now. A lot of Bitcoin there. And it seems like everything's coming full circle. We've been talking about Vinnik. We've said there's something fishy there. And if he ends up getting traded for Brittany Griner, it would be an upgrade from the Lord of War. I mean, goddamn, somebody's called the Lord of War. What is it? My man.
No, you're right. You ain't getting him back. Hey, look,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
you can get anybody but him.
Like, come on, like, are you serious? So Alexander Vinnik, somebody who may or may not have laundered Bitcoin on an exchange, is way less trouble than the Lord of War. Come on, man. So I think that's why I think most people wouldn't even pay attention. Like if the article came out and they said Bitcoin launderer traded for Brittany Griner, they would be happy Brittany Griner, so they wouldn't care. They'd be like, some Bitcoiner dude, who cares? Even though I think Alexander Vinnik is more important than we realize, he may have some stuff through that exchange that we don't know about as far as the laundering, who he was laundering for. That may be the reason they got to keep his mouth shut. So who knows, and we can all this is speculation, but what is not speculation is the fact that we have been the only channel that has followed this from the very beginning. We've actually stated the proxy war with Russia. King already called that because, of course, he has experience in the military. It's listed right here, people. We talk about how Mt. Gox is involved. We talk about Vinnik charged with the U.S. And now we went all the way down to swapping for WNBA star Brittany Griner. So if you're talking about any channel that can hold on to a story, first of all, most of these channels haven't even been around.
Hey, this is some real investigative journalism for real. All right, they better give us some respect.
Exactly. We might as well go ahead and become investigative journalists because we've dug so deep into the rabbit hole. We basically uncovered something before Brittany was even charged. Remember we said that?
Really? Listen, really quick for those who are listening, timeline of events. Quarter one of 2014, Mt. Gox was hacked, all right? Around this time, yours truly was going underway, getting experience, getting prepped to deploy. Now, the deployment was already scheduled. What wasn't scheduled was in 2014, all of a sudden, it was supposed to be a normal deployment. Hey, we about to go here. Hey, we're going to stop on the way. We're going to be stopping in Hong Kong. We're going to stop through Asia. I was there Westpac. Anybody been in the military, you know Westpac. That's a great deployment. People, if you do Westpac and you're not in a time of war, you literally get to travel everything West Pacific, okay? It is a great time. However, if you are in times of war, which we are, Operation Inherent Resolve, had to go bomb Syria. Technically, there was another ship on station, but I think they were there for like 3 weeks because they were ending their tour as we were starting ours. But we went over to Syria. We did the handoff. And again, all I'm going to say is I already heard some stuff while things were going on in Syria about Russians being there and all types of other stuff going on. All right. You remember I did PR, public relations for the military. So that was already weird. But at the time, no, this is 2014. I just heard about Bitcoin. I don't know what the hell a Mt. Gox is. Hack. That means nothing to me. All I know is I'm in the military. I'm getting deployed to the coast of Syria to help the Operation Inherent Resolve. July 11th, 2017. So we're looking at 3 years later. Operation Inherent Resolve went on a couple of years, of course. Trump took over the administration. He kind of pulled away from that. But there were other things going on in Turkey, essentially the same thing. But July 11th, 2017, CEO Mt. Gox pled not guilty. Literally about 10 days, not even a little bit, 2 weeks later, July 26, 2017, Russian national Alexander Vinnik was charged with the U.S. for money laundering using crypto exchange BTCE. My only thing was when pled guilty, not guilty. The CEO Mt. Gox at hold, Carl Kapalis. I think him pleading not guilty, he gave up some information clearly. Oh, yeah. Okay, he knows
what's going through.
Yeah, so you plead not guilty. So discovery has happened. All this stuff is happening where you're giving up your information, your side. blah, blah, blah. All this stuff is happening. Like you tell me 2 weeks later, all right, we got this Russian national charge, whatever. Let's just say conspiracy, it happened, whatever. Number 5, Vinnik allegedly has the Russian criminal ties, and BTCE has supposedly laundered money from Mt. Gox. All right, July 27, 2017, a day after, 1 day after the United States charged Alexander Vinnik with money laundering. 1 day later, we literally sanctioned Russia on July 27, 2017. This was a day later.
One day.
That's when we first started noticing our channel. We was like, yo, that was super weird the way that went down. So number 7, tug of war between US and Russia goes on for 5 years. Vinnik goes on hunger strikes. Greece has him for about 2 or 3 years. Then France gets him for a year until recently the US got him. Number 8, the United States joins the big U. You know the word I can't say because Google essentially was shadow banning you even more. But the place we're giving all our citizens money to for some reason. We joined the big U in an effort to fight another proxy war with Russia. And then August 4th, of course, U.S. citizen Brittany Griner get 9-year prison sentence in Russia. And then August 5th, after 5 years, all of a sudden, Alexander Vinnik gets extradited to U.S. You are crazy to think. Come on, that's 2 times. Twice. Technically 3 times if you want to count the Mt. Gox thing. But this stuff is happening literally the next day. We said it live that day. We did the video as well. I think I might put it on Twitter. But literally, we said if Griner gets swapped for Vinnik, people, this isn't a conspiracy. We know what the fuck we're talking about, and this is the best investigative journalism since the news was invented. I mean, goodness, you know what? Where's the? I don't got the soundboard up. Let me bring the soundboard up. We need some sounds go with this today. This is crazy.
Oh yeah. Let me also throw it too. All of those facts, we understand the timeline. That was beautifully laid out. But also, we got to throw on a tinfoil hat here. King, you know Dan Pena, right?
Yeah.
Old guy, crazy. He hates Bitcoin, whatever. So talking with some people that know about Bitcoin from the very, very, very early years when it first started and why it was used. We can't say it on here what it was used for, but I'm just going to abbreviate CP. And what happens is if all this money getting laundered through BTCE was used for CP and somebody doesn't want people to find out, AKA your boy who may or may not have committed suicide, Jeffrey, if those people don't want it to find out, maybe that's the reason we keep seeing these swaps with Vinnik going to the US and then now maybe with Russia because he can't say what he knows. Neither can Mark Capellas. And if that's the case, I would tend to agree that, yeah, you probably want to keep that on the download. And Dan Pena, the reason I brought him up is because he said, very cryptic message. He was like, if you knew the reason why Bitcoin was created or the reason that is used, you would stop using it. Now, I wouldn't stop using it because I don't care what reasons other people use it for. It's still money. But when he said that, I was thinking, what's the worst thing somebody could use anonymous money for? At the time, it was pretty anonymous. And that's what I came up with. Maybe some other stuff, but I'm thinking that maybe along those lines. And we do have some connections there. But that's tinfoil hat Zay speaking. I don't know. None of that has been proven. But what has been proven is that timeline was on point, and him getting swapped a day after, or us sanctioning Russia a day after, is very, very. I don't believe in coincidences.
No, ain't no coinky dinks.
Ain't no coinky dinks, man. Not in this simulation. Something is going on, man.
Well, I got to ask you more at the show because I want some more details. You might be listen. At this point, ain't no more coinky dinks.
Hey, I might have to stop digging before I get.
I was actually about to tell you that I'll do the digging. You need to calm down. You already been in the hospital, bro. You didn't follow. You following Bitcoin's. Yeah, don't follow everything Bitcoin do. Okay, so let's see.
Too much reading.
Some comments we have. Let's see. Ali Pio said this is where consistency pays off. Thank you. You know that is right. True, Ali Pio. PSC Will said, what did I say? I'm standing. I gotta check on what Trek said as well. Washington throwing up the U like they in Miami said, Alec, you are hilarious. Reno Gamble said, you keep up this dot connecting, they will not let you in the back room for brandy and cigars. So that's the funny thing I keep saying, people. Only thing I'm missing is capital now. When I call out some of these other celebrities and people that everybody know and stuff, I keep telling y'all, here's the difference. This is why I can say this with a smile on my face. Don't matter how much money you have. It don't matter what experience you had. People, you either part of the gang or you're not. I did 2 deployments. I can say what I want to say and they still going to accept me. They might be mad. They might be like, hey, come on now. Because they know I know the game. So I'll wink at them right back, be like, hey, give me what I want. And then we'll figure out, and luckily what I want is for some of the things for the people. But hey, you can't kick me out the room. I done 2 deployments. You can't kick me out the room.
Yeah. And also you can't turn your back on the gang now either. Because
I can't on the flip side.
You can't be Quando Rondo and
come on, bro. All right. Anyway, PSC Wales, you connected too many dots. I know some squirrely folks who were in Bitcoin back then. Let's see. Did you see the Bitcoin themed wedding? They gave all their guests free sats. That's pretty cool. I gotta check that one out. Did you see that?
Which one?
The Bitcoin themed wedding. They gave everybody some stats.
No, I didn't hear about that. I've heard of some before. I mean, people that have done it, but they put their marriage license on the blockchain. They've given out the airdrop sats to people. I've heard of those before, but it's the most recent one now.
Oh, nice. All right, Crypto King, thank you for the message. I saw you tweet yesterday too. I was running around to get a chance to respond, but I got you. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty crazy. So yeah, we definitely got to get the clip. Everybody's saying we called to get the clip. Yeah, we definitely got to get the clip. But I'm telling you, if that prisoner swap happened, listen, that's why I put it on Twitter finally. I've been saying this stuff out loud and we're making dates now, because no more will it be like, oh, we think who called it first. Nah, hell no.
Hell no.
Hell to the no, hell to the no, hell to no. All right, what else is going on? Netflix bans crypto commercials on ad-based streaming service. So we're really quickly about to show you all how to get super intelligent in crypto and kind of know it all if you don't know it all, right? Desperate to boost revenues, Netflix announced in July that will be launching a cheaper subscription tier that features commercials. Here's the headline. The title is the headline is the story essentially, but here's the gist of it. Netflix thinks they're special, but they're not. Okay. Like every other company, I mean, literally Google, Facebook, and Twitter try to do the same thing, and all of a sudden they allow crypto ads. Netflix isn't going to ban crypto ads. This is literally rinse, wash, and repeat of what we've seen, as I just mentioned. The good thing for you all is now you're starting to see these same patterns. So by the next happening, by 2024, 2025, 2026, this is how you all are going to be professionals in this space and know a lot more than even what you think you know. This stuff continuously repeats itself. We have literally seen about 3 or 4 different major platforms try to ban crypto commercials. They don't end up banning it. This is the reason why they even say it, and this is what happens. More than likely, Netflix is either working on a crypto themselves, NFT or something themselves, to where they don't want any other commercials because that would be interfering with their rollout plan. And right now, just about everyone in technology is working on something in crypto and Web3. So to think that Netflix would not be, I think would be ridiculous. To think they haven't explored it, I think that would be ridiculous. But let's just say they're not working on it. Fine, we'll go that route. They're not working on anything crypto, even though I think they are. But let's say they're not working on anything crypto. They just don't want crypto commercials. People, for a company, from a business perspective, I think they're public now, aren't they? Isn't Netflix public?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you have shareholders, which is also the reason why you're trying to reduce the amount of people sharing their Netflix passwords and start to actually charge, which is why you're doing a cheaper subscription model that actually has commercials. You're trying to make one thing premium, one thing cheaper. You're trying to charge more money for your shareholders. With that being said, there is no business on this planet that's going to see one of the largest industries making the most money and say, you know what, we're going to do business with everybody but them. No, it's not going to happen. Even illegal business, we see it happen on a daily basis. So you better be certain that you're going to see it happen for something that is legal. So Netflix, even if they're claiming that they don't have a crypto and they're not going to have crypto services on the commercials, give it 6 to 8 months. Are you kidding me? If Netflix must not know how much money these crypto companies, Netflix thinks they have a lot of money. They don't know how much money these crypto companies have. Their ass will be doing crypto commercials by the end of next year, just like everyone else. Yeah. But I guess this was a cool headline. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, yeah. I think the quote unquote ban is just as valid as the China ban. It's just them waiting to get more information to figure out how they want to do it. And I guess they're trying to do it for a legal reason because they don't want it to be, oh, yeah, we got kids watching the show and then this crypto ad comes up and all of a sudden they lost all their money in the market. I think this is a legal thing. The lawyers told them probably just wait. You're right. 6 to 8 months. I give it before they're running ads, and you'll have to go through some process to get it approved, whatever. But if Netflix wanted to make some real money, maybe they should put some comedy specials that are actually funny, because all that shit is garbage. I don't know. I mean, except for some of the big heavyweights, but most of that is garbage. On top of the fact that
my man's coming out on stage for a comedy special. It was funny.
Nothing.
North Carolina Spines was going on.
Who? Which one?
Carmichael.
Oh man, I don't know what's going on with that. But the thing is, they also have competition now. You got Disney Plus, you got all these other streaming services that are coming out now. So as soon as one other streaming service does it, they will too. Nobody wants to be late to the party or miss it. So I believe this is just just them pausing to wait and see what type of advertisements they'll do. But you're right, even mainstream media allows crypto advertisements, and we have one that we'll show later. That's on mainstream media. That was on the U.S. Open last night. So Netflix will fold, but this is a good headline to have, I guess. It's sort of like they tell people we're banning it to give it more acknowledgement. So then people will line up to try and get it unbanned and try and get their commercial there. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. That does make sense. You know, if you got a 15-year-old or whatever watching TV, you can't be running Dogecoin, you know, going to the moon, $1. Oh, you got 30 cents in your name? Go ahead and put 30 cents in, kids. Like, so I mean, I get it, but again, I'm one of those people. You gotta let humans do what they're gonna do. Like, this is how we got this draconian society right now. I strongly dislike all the rules and regulations. Let people spend all their money. Let them. They got a gambling addiction. That sucks. All right, it is what it got. Whatever the addiction, whatever it is, we're gonna stop. Like, if that's the case, as I always say, and again, they say kids, but they mean everyone, because sometimes they include 18 and they include the 18 to the 20. I hate that too. They include the 18 through 24-year-old group like kids. I'm like, can they vote the same as you and I? Then drop this kid shit, run these commercials, and let's make this money. Yeah. Or as I keep saying, let's be real about the situation and let's go out and say, hey, every vote does not count. You need straight up. In fact, or how about this? All right, everybody has a minimum of 1 vote, but you can do more in life and society to check boxes, and you get up to 3 votes. How about that? Can we do that? Everybody gets this? 1, but
you can't drink, you can't vote. How about that? It's much simpler. If you can't drink, you can't vote. Shut up.
But my point is, if you can vote, then what's up with all this regulation on commercials and like? Why so much regulation? They voting, right? Like, this is an adult who can vote next to me, right? They can buy a gun and go to the military. Why is there so much regulation?
Yeah, you want to teach them how to swim, you got to throw them in the water.
Kick them in the back.
Yeah, you can't pour cups of water on them and teach them how to swim. You got to throw them in the water and watch them and let them do it.
I never get this. I never get it. Yeah, we all equal, but we're going to make sure we put these laws in place to save them from themselves. Wait, what? This makes no sense. I don't get it. But anyway, whatever. Let me look at some of the comments here. They talking about this Netflix. Amy Schumer, I know somebody's gonna mention her special was so bad they changed the rating algorithm. Hilarious. Hey, she got that money though.
She didn't have the worst. There was another girl who had the worst special. I can't remember her name, but it was so terrible. Like, oh my God. I watched it because it was so terrible. I was laughing at the embarrassment, the secondhand embarrassment I'm sure the crowd had even showing up. It was so bad. Can't remember her name though.
Ali P.O. said, I'm trying to implement social credit for voting. LOL. Hey, something either that, or hey, like I said, or we keep it as it is and people learn to shut the fuck up. I mean, we got to have one or the other, because there's no way you're telling me that just because a person's the legal age adult, but they spend all their time in the alley pumping their veins with drugs and stealing and robbing, doing everything negative in this world, that we have an equal vote. Fuck no. Like, no. No, I'm not gonna go with that. All right, that's nothing to do with crypto. Let me get back to it, people. Let me get back to it. Someone else, Serious Box. I like Netflix. They have the best foreign cinema. I actually agree with that. Netflix might actually have the best foreign cinema.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Ooh, Kevin Cummings, great point. Netflix might go the blockbuster route, bro. Something as small as this can be a catalyst in the Web3 world. That is true. That is true. That could be a
adapt or die. Like I said, it would be very ironic that they got rid of Blockbuster because they innovated into the digital space, and then they got pushed out because somebody else innovated faster than them in the Web3 space. It would be chef's kiss. Ironic as hell.
Track is right. PFC Well said it will be after Q1 that Netflix would do a 180 on crypto ads. Remember midterm elections and new regulations coming out at the beginning of next year. That's true. I'm with you. Yeah, I can see that Q2 after all the regs come out. Then they're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Speaking of regulations, let's keep this show going because we got some more stories to talk about that are crazy. That kind of talks about laws out there. Kid Grebo 1, thank you for the tip. Do you think 17K was Bitcoin's bottom? I mean, for the flash crash moment, it was, but now that we're over here hanging out around 18, no, that was my last prediction from when we were at 23 and 20. And I was like, I could see a 17, but when you're hanging out at 18, I mean, honestly, I don't see it going crazy unless it's a flash crash, but I can see it starting to hang out at 16 and getting real comfortable.
Hey man, we're going to 10K. Just accept it, people. Just let it go, bro. Just get your bio ready. We're going to 10K. It's inevitable. I mean, again, nothing is promised, but I'm just saying, not enough. It's a lot of sideways movement, not enough strength, not enough retail buyers right now. And if you want to actually, the most pain right now would be a drop to 10K or around those levels and sustain for a few weeks. People would lose it. They'd be like, man, it's over. I lost pretty much everything. It would be down about 80 something percent, which is about average. Bitcoin's down. I think overall Bitcoin's down like 71 or 73. So we're not there yet. So we still need a little bit more of a drop. So
this is what I say. I think 10K, yes, if it's a flash, I don't think it'll go and stay. I think realistically,
it won't be there.
Yeah. I think 14 to 16K is a realistic range for it to go and stay. And that is until the holidays roll around. When the holiday, and that's what's going to cause a dip to people. Next month or two, summer almost over. It's still hot in LA, but summer almost over. So expected a small dip, which I think we'll see the 14 to 16 around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. We'll see the pump come back. A small dip first, of course, for the sell-offs and all that, vacation, holidays, blah, blah, blah. We'll see the pump come back going into the first. And then first quarter is going to be big. As Trek just says, it's going to be midterm elections, regulations going to be coming up, blah, blah, blah. If the sentiment is good, we'll rebound from that 16 and start pushing back up to 20 plus. And that will be what next year's 2023. Yeah, that'll be right on time for a very slow grind for the next happening. But if not, if we don't make it out of this holiday cycle and the New Year pump is weak, then yes, I'm with you, bro. We can go from 15 and go to a slow 10 into the end of 2023, early 2024.
Fine with me. Actually, I'd rather go down to 5K, clear it all out, get everybody out of here. I want to go back to the days where it was just 6 dudes at a bar drinking beer talking about Bitcoin.
Hey, less than 100 tokens.
Too far now. It's too many annoying, not actually intellectual people who haven't studied, haven't read, I don't know shit about shit in the space right now, perpetrating that they actually know what they're talking about. So I wanted to go so far back in price that the people who have been spending the last couple of years learning can actually get it at a pretty cheap price. But then also too, you clear out all the people, all the charlatans who were here just for a quick fix. So I mean, I wanted to keep it as pure as possible without people will being affected. So I think that would be good.
I need the market to go back to when I was invested in at least 30% of the total market. When it was 100 tokens and I had 30. Now it's 19,000. What are we gonna do? It's too many. It's too many. I need that. I need those consolidate. This one we had to cover because I mean, this is again par for the course. We kind of call this one as well. Terror groups may turn to NFTs to raise funds and spread messages, says the Wall Street Journal. National security experts have raised alarm bells over the IS News number 01 NFT, which is being seen as the first case of an NFT created and shared by a terrorist sympathizer. You guys are ridiculous. To think out of all these NFTs made, this is the first one created and shared by a terrorist sympathizer. It might be the first one made public by one. Yeah. But again, it's crazy how we keep trying to lump people into groups. Okay, only the terrorists use these. This like people, everybody uses everything. You know who uses a water fountain? Good, bad, and ugly. That's right. Priests use water fountains, pedophiles use water fountains, criminals, murderers, and doctors and nurses. Like everyone uses a water fountain, people. You can't say all of a sudden water fountains is being used by criminals. You understand this? It's crazy. But first, go ahead.
I was saying, get these terrorist toilets out of here. I can't believe terrorist booty was on the same toilet. Like, come on, man.
What's going on with this story? What's going on with the story?
Oh yeah. So somebody threw it in the comments before I could say it, but the NFTerrorists, as we call them, in a Sunday article, the Wall Street Journal intelligence expert said the NFT could be a sign that Islamic State and other terror groups may also be using blockchain technology to evade sanctions and raise funds for their terrorist campaigns. Oh, so the technology does work. Oh, okay. The NFT in question was discovered by Raphael Gluck, co-founder of the US-based research firm Jihadiscope. God damn, that's racist. Jihadiscope.
Can you imagine Christian Scope?
Yeah, Christian Scope. Oh man, that's hilarious, bro. Like, oh man. Who founded the NFT through pro-ISIS social media accounts. And the digital token is called IS News number 01. What? Who would name it that? The digital token is said to be an image bearing the Islamic State's emblem with text praising Afghanistan-based Islamic militants for attacking a Taliban position. If you know anything about terrorism, it's never as easy as it seems. There's no one good side and one bad side. There's usually one side that both sides believe they're right, but one side it may be more wrong than the other. But whoever's backing both of the sides usually is the same group of people. So if they're trying to raise money and they're doing it this way with NFTs, then there may be a way for them to get these funds. But the way that he found it is pretty, pretty mundane because there's not really anything anyone can do to actually take this NFT down. So even finding it, who cares? You can't really do much to stop it. You don't know which NFTs are funding quote unquote terrorists and which wallets are linked to a terrorist account, because even though you can track it on the blockchain, you have to be able to track it back to a computer, a person, a name, a location. And that is very hard in today's time if you know what you're doing. So we'll see if that actually comes to light. But again, they say they can't really track it down. So this is a nothing burger to me. People are going to they're going to use what works, and criminals are going to use what works first. So just deal with it.
Even bigger though. Come on now. Got to put on a tinfoil hat. This is the real story. This is the real. Here more investigative journalists. Really quick. It's pretty simple, people. I already told you all. We told you all earlier this year, that you are out of your mind if you think you're going to be making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of NFTs, and Uncle Sam's not going to get his cut. We all already know how the game works.
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
And what's the best way for the government to continuously get in over and over and over and over and over again? And that's to say it is for your protection, right? So that's what they're doing right here. Hey, listen, NFTs, that's terrorism shit. All right, look, you into that game, then hey, we don't know we can trust you. Sound like treason to me. They are trying to get this NFT narrative going so they can tax it, regulate it, do everything else to make sure they get a cut. That is what's happening. That is what I think is going to continue to happen, not just with NFTs, but with every new technological advance that we see in this market, everything that can make any type of money in this industry. The government will come and say, hey, we're just trying to keep y'all safe and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, it all has to boil down with the money. I mean, come on. Let's talk about it. What else are terrorists using? From what my understanding, terrorists are living on the go, on the run a lot, right? They don't have time for home cooked meals. Are they eating peanut butter and jellies? Are we going to stop selling peanut butter and jelly because the terrorists buy it all to stay alive in the mountains and during their jihadist missions? Like, come on, this is getting crazy. And if you keep using this for everything, which we've been doing for forever, then it's going to be a slippery slope.
Should I stop wearing flip-flops just because they walk around in them fucked up flip-flops over in the Middle East? No.
Hilarious. Right, funny as I don't know what. One story we almost skimmed over. I want to go back to this. Bitcoiner sentenced to federal prison warns users involved in OTC trading. We've been saying this over and over again, people. It looks like this is real now. I'm just a regular Bitcoiner calling across here. It's claimed Mark Alexander Hopkins, also known as Risen, prior to serving his prison sentence. Mark Alexander Hopkins, also known by the moniker Dr. Bitcoin or their handle Risen, has claimed that transacting Bitcoin peer-to-peer is a federal crime after announcing the sentence in their case to social media followers. In a Sunday Twitter thread, Hopkins said that they are facing between 6 to 15 months at a federal correction institution in Texas following a guilty plea for allegedly operating a crypto business without the necessary licensing. According to Risen, the United States Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, used a 2019 interpretation of law 18 USC 1960, originally enacted in 1992, to charge them with illegally operating a money transmitting business. This means anytime anyone with a crypto trades peer-to-peer, i.e. not with an exchange, they're legally liable under the statute as currently interpreted. In practice, this is a catch-all law. We've been saying this for forever. Essentially what the United States government is doing, which is ridiculous, and they're getting away with it. If you take money for Bitcoin or vice versa, they are essentially saying you are a bank and you need a banking license. This is the same government who, we're about to cover this story, said nothing when Jamie the Dino Diamond went on stage in 2017 and said Bitcoin is a fraud. They said nothing to him, even though right now they're saying you need a banking license. So make up your mind. Was it market manipulation on your golden boy or was it not? Because that sounds like market manipulation to me if you're calling it a fraud. But at the same time, the government is saying you can't even transact a peer-to-peer without a license. So these are little things we like to point out. They want to tax you for it. They want to tax us all for it. Yet we have no clear regulatory guidance that set if you want to trade this peer-to-peer, you need a $150,000, $300,000 banking license and compliance department and stuff. This is crazy. And again, I'm about to pull up the Bitcoin white paper where literally the first sentence is this was made to be peer-to-peer. The government's literally saying, no, this is going to be illegal. I have no words for this. I mean, this sucks. What are your thoughts on it? I don't even know what to say. What are your thoughts?
well, I guess we can't have yard sales anymore because if I sell
Hilarious.
some old comic books peer to peer, then it must be something wrong with that. I mean, come on, people. This is literally them, as he states here, a catch-all. This is what we say, casting a wide net, just catching however many fish you can. And I think that this will ramp up as far as peer to peer, trying to get people to use centralized exchanges so that they have a way to see what people are doing. The problem with that is, I mean, it's in the title, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So at its very core, it should be able to be used peer-to-peer because, hey, it's fake, right? It's not real money. These are Chuck E. Cheese tokens. These are less valuable than bananas. This is this is rat poison. I mean, Bitcoin is nothing, right? So it shouldn't even really matter in the eyes of the same law. However, we know government agencies don't agree on much. They don't talk to each other. So in one place, maybe just fine. With FinCEN, maybe not. And of course, this fight against Bitcoin is coming from all angles. None of it has to do with technology. It all has to do with the regulators, middlemen, third parties, central exchanges. They're all working together because if I'm a centralized exchange, I would love to see FinCEN go up peer-to-peer because that will force more customers to come onto my exchange. So you got to watch out there with how things are being interpreted. And this sucks that, again, like he says right here, I'm not Ross. I wasn't on the dark web. I'm not Edward Snowden. I didn't work for the NSA. I'm not Julian Assange. I didn't break national secrets. This is a regular Bitcoiner caught in the crosshairs. And that is something that people are starting to tense up about. But again, this is something that has been going on since the beginning of Bitcoin. I mean, people have had this fear, but how could you actually...
Shout out to Shrimp. He went to prison over this.
Yeah, exactly. So this is something that's just a part of the fight. And again, this is why I say I'm kind of pushing away from debating other cryptos because who cares? Well, the real fight, the people you actually have to change, that is a much tougher and much longer fight that takes all of your energy, all of your focus. I don't give a damn about Shiba, Andrew Tate coin to the moon. Who cares? Polar Express, whatever. I don't care about these other coins. Talking about something that can actually change the world, and that's why it's a lot of pushback.
Right. And again, all Bitcoin is calculator, people. It's a tool, it's technology. If you haven't read the Bitcoin white paper, you need to break down. Make sure you check out our masterclass. We do a full breakdown, not only from just a layman's term, but Bitcoin actually goes into the technical part of it too. So we do a full breakdown. But again, if you haven't read it or even seen it before, which should be a travesty, it's only 8 pages, 19 references. The Bitcoin white paper, which explains the Bitcoin project, as Bitcoin said literally the first words, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Abstract, a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash will allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. Digital signatures provide part of the solution. That's the crypto part. Cryptography is just a digital signature, people. But the main benefits are lost if a trusted third party is still required to prevent double spending. A double spend is essentially you spend some money and then somebody says that money was never spent and they spend the same money. Since it's digital, you want to prevent that from happening. Bitcoin does that with their cryptography with their digital signatures. They stop that from happening, but they say all these benefits, every benefit of Bitcoin, this peer-to-peer version of electronic cash, the benefit is dissolved if a trusted third party is required. That third party has traditionally been a bank or a government. We got rid of the bank overnight by the technology itself. The government is forcing people to say, no, you're not going to do peer-to-peer without a license, i.e. all those. Essentially what they're doing is switching to Ethereum, going proof of stake, saying you can buy yourself a node, you can buy a validator, you can't proof of work it. That is what they're doing, because doing it this way, the government saying is that, hey, this is illegal if you even do it, then the only people who are going to be able to get these licenses, and you're crazy, you think these licenses are going to be the same as a normal banking license. Oh, you're doing crypto? Oh, hey, you better add a zero, my boy. We know how much you're going to make. Like, people, these licenses will only be attainable by the super wealthy already or banks already. Like, literally no one else would be able to enter this market, which is why this market was created, to give it a fair shot for anyone. Anyone on the planet can become their own bank right now. But what the government is saying is, no, if you do it this way, it won't work. And this goes back to the institution I was speaking to a couple months ago during the summer, when they keep trying to figure out how to make and I know I pissed them off with this. They essentially kept trying to make figure out how to make exchanges work. And my reply to them was like, if you read the Bitcoin white paper, it was not created for an exchange. The fact that you keep trying to insert an exchange, I know we talk about this on this channel as well. To me, that's like putting a piece of metal in your arm. You're gonna get gangrene, you're gonna have to get it cut off. Now, right now, we need exchanges for onboarding, of course. But once people are onboarded, or if people just start earning Bitcoin, there's literally no reason to get off of digital currency, especially that we've been seeing countries go toward digital currency. So again, this is maybe peer-to-peer, but I'm not mad at gang. Hey, listen, it's this simple. Put it like this. If you go walk up to people and just like, let's say you go walk to a crowded street and tell everybody to give you $100 and everybody gonna give you $100. Wouldn't you do it? Like the average person would say, yes, I'm going to walk up on a crowded street and tell everybody to give me $100 and everybody's gonna give me $100 with no hassle. That's all the government's doing. I'm not even mad at them no more. They like, yo, we got these people so shook. We don't got to give them rhyme, reason, explanation. It cannot make sense. And we're going to tell them what they're going to do and they're going to do it. And that's what's happening. That's what literally was happening. So I'm not mad at them. Like, I mean, I'm not mad. Everybody give me $100 and you walking by. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone.
They calling you a bitch to your face and telling you to do something about it.
Basically. So, hey, like I said, I ain't mad when the gangster being a real gangster. All right, really quick, Reddit NFT avatars selling for a premium on Opensea. Reddit's launch of limited edition NFT avatars has led to a large premium on secondary sales on Opensea. I didn't know Reddit NFT avatar was going to be that big.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty interesting.
I mean, they do have a huge following, so I'm sure that enough promotion, somebody will buy it. I mean, that's the one thing you learn from digital marketing is, hey, you push out enough emails, enough people get wind of it, somebody will buy it. And of course, Reddit, known as the front page of the internet, plugged into the NFT world, announcing collectible avatars in July 2022. They became available last month and already generated thousands of dollars in sales for artists. Of course, for those of you who use Reddit, you've seen this coming for a long time. People have even started saying about tipping people with cryptocurrency instead of upvotes or because of upvotes. So those things have all started coming about in Reddit. And the Reddit NFTs right now are being sold for about $5 to $49, while the NFTs that were listed for $50 or more are now sold out. These more expensive ones on Opensea, secondary market, I'm sure some people are holding them to see how high of a price they can get. But during the bear market, that's actually not too bad. So shout out to Reddit. They're getting into the game. Everybody is. Instagram is. Everybody's getting to the NFT game.
Yeah, everybody getting in it. That's why I don't know why
it is what it is.
Netflix is playing. All right, so you say you were watching TV yesterday. You saw a commercial. Tell us what this commercial is about before we play some of it, or at least I'll try to play some of it. I know how they're gonna try to demonetize us for playing it, but yeah, what's this commercial about yesterday that we're about to play here?
Oh yeah, so I'm minding my business, and U.S. Open is on TV, not really paying attention to it, and all of a sudden I just hear somebody mention crypto in a commercial, and I look up, and it happens to be good old JPMorgan. Oh man, JPMorgan Wealth Management, and they have this commercial here. I want you all to see it because we stated a long time ago, we have to find the exact clip, but we've said it multiple times that JPMorgan and banks just like them are going to try and steal the narrative and say that we are a wealth asset management that's trusted for over 100 years, and your crypto is safe with us, and you can trade it, blah, blah, blah. You can speculate with our industry. The problem is they've been contradicting themselves for 5 years. They said it was trash.
Bitcoins, they got a little cough going.
Little cough. They said it was trash, and then they came out and they created JPM coin. They said it wasn't useful, and then they came out and created it on blockchain. Now they got a commercial for it. So this is why our top dino of the day is Jamie Dimon, and always will be, because JPMorgan is just playing games with the public. And right now, you got to show this commercial because this is hilarious to me how they're literally trying to take the narrative, and we see it happening right in front of our face. And most people are not going to do anything about it. But here at TGOC, you could definitely make sure that you get that information. So yeah, look at this. Look at this.
And really quick, just to reference this again, Jamie Dimon, chairman and CEO of Wall Street banking powerhouse JPMorgan Chase, in September of 2017, about 3 months before Bitcoin hit an all-time high of nearly $20,000 per unit and crashed shortly thereafter, Dimon dropped a bomb on the crypto world, calling Bitcoin a fraud, which we alluded to earlier. He essentially dropped the price, I think, to like $3,000 or $7,000 or whatever. But at the time, was it 6,000? At the time, he said,
and went to 3. Yeah.
Okay, it was at 6,000 went to 3, so 50% about. He said it's worse than tulip bulbs. It won't end well. Someone is going to get killed. He also contended it's just not a real thing. Eventually, it will be closed. This is what this man said. This is the same person, like, and this is what's crazy to me. The United States government is over here talking about taxing Bitcoin and crypto. You need a banking license and X, Y, and Z, but you're not saying anything to the biggest banker in the United States saying this thing is fake and people are going to get killed and it ends wrong. How can you say you need a banking license to do this, but at the same time you have a banker saying that this thing isn't even real? Like, United States, come on, like this shit is getting disrespectful now. Like,
come on, man.
Hey, we gave you the money. Like you said, we gave you the money.
This is what I don't understand: the audacity to go on stage and to act concerned. Someone will get killed. How many people have died from y'all's banking practices? How many people died on the Titanic so that y'all can get the Federal Reserve created? JPMorgan was the original. How many people have died because of the institutions that they have implemented into? Somebody's going to die. Are you serious, Jamie Dimon? Are you really in your penthouse suite?
Come on. We want to be metaphoric.
Shut up.
If we want to be literal, then like I said, which it sounds like they're being literal about everything, let's be literal then. So again, no type of manipulation. He also said, I'm not interested that much in the subject at all after people like us started covering him damn near daily, calling him a dinosaur. And again, I'm just throwing all this out there because the one thing we said when this story happened was that watch how JPMorgan will come back around some years later and try to be a champion of Bitcoin. And they started it and still the narrative. We've been talking about that literally for years. Well, here we have it. JPMorgan, folks, their new commercial.
3 nights, crypto, ESG, the broker will take your bonds. 10-year or 20-year. Yes, we do have
inflation,
name stocks,
depreciation,
yield.
That's right. I got to keep pausing. You know, they might hit us with the woo-woo. That's right. 10 or 20 years, keep your crypto with JPMorgan. Not the gentleman in crypto who set you straight for the last 5 or 6 years. But all right.
Short squeeze is well.
Diversification, futures, options.
Derivatives.
Metaverse.
系统化膨胀，我们今天交易还是不交易？
risk manager.
Hey, also want to thank JPMorgan Chase, all these buzzwords you created. I'm going to make sure we get a commercial or advertisement to run right after this. That's always going to have masterclass stuff. So I appreciate that, JPMorgan. All those buzzwords, people are like, what the hell is going on? Metaverse, this, that. Check out KRBE Digital Assets masterclass, folks.
Arbitrage, low volume pullback.
Did they say open dime?
I think so, yeah.
Dollar cost average. Liquidity management. Inflation. Subprime. Crypto, ESG.
Government bonds, double dip recession.
They did a whole commercial. This is crazy. I got to keep pausing it, folks.
Virtual real estate's unlocked.
Gold. Dead cat bounce.
JPMorgan Wealth Management knows the world is full of financial noise.
I'm looking at your asset mix and plan. You are
Rewind
right.
that. Rewind
That's
that
right.
real quick. Rewind that.
That's all, I was about to say this. Hey, the same JPMorgan Asset Management that told you Bitcoin was a fraud and crashed the price to $3,000 is trying to teach you and tell you how to get into digital assets when Bitcoin's at $19,000. Well, I will say the good thing about this for them, because it doesn't even take a genius, they know it's going to rebound too. So everybody who joins them as a client right now will make more than they normally make, but JPMorgan's still going to take a large percentage off the top. They're going to think JPMorgan's been doing great, and it continues.
Gold. Dead cat bounce.
JPMorgan Wealth Management knows the world is full of financial noise.
I'm looking at your asset mix and plan. You are right on track.
Great. Thanks.
Our easy-to-use app and local advisors are here to help you figure out what's right for your investments.
And honestly, what I hate most about this too, I'm gonna drop some news too. People, we had to look back on this. This wasn't our 6th video, but we had renamed our shows. Essentially, we had started off with best altcoins we buy, but this was our 6th, the Gem in the Crypto episode. And that's when we actually talked about Jamie the Dino Diamond. And this was crazy. This was years ago, folks. Like I said, this is episode 6. Today we're on episode 995 or 996. But this is when he called it. And I mean, crazy. It was years ago.
Exactly. And I will say it did hit a quick bounce this morning at 3,820.
3,800.
So for those who are waiting for 3,200, remember, those of you who were waiting for 1,900 like a month ago, and it stopped at about 27 or 22 and bounced back up. You may want to look into it a little more, because when everybody agrees on something, you should start thinking opposite. When everybody starts thinking, oh, it's going to go down, that's usually when it bounces back, which is confirmed this morning. Usually there's a Monday or hangover type bounce with Bitcoin. So when everybody's like, oh, it's going down, it usually pops back up. So 3,600.
It's all wishful thinking. You never know.
You never.
And again, that was a whole episode on Jamie Dimon. We got off on a bunch of tangent and rants. We were looking for the exact moments, but we got on a bunch of tangent and rants because it was crazy when it happened. But again, that is JP Dimon, JPMorgan. Now they have a commercial for crypto and they want to manage your assets. I think our time is on point, though. I think we said it was in 2017. We said give it 3 or 4 years. We were 1 year old.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't hard to see because it was like, come on, man, he got to be playing at this point. He did it on stage. He could have just did it in private, but he had to say it in public. Crash the price 50% in one day.
This is crazy. Kinea says, so they took Twitter slang and made it into a commercial. You already know it. Let's see. PFC Will say, I remember when y'all used to be in the kitchen. That was the old days, LOL. Everybody said I look young in there. Hilarious. What else do we have? Jake says, so y'all saying JPMorgan chases where we can hold our Bitcoin and crypto. Hey, the check came through. We start saying that, all right? And we start, listen, guys, there's plenty of options, but JPMorgan Chase, all right? Now, this is the place. Hey, we are code signaling. Make sure you join the Discord if you ever hear us say that so you can get the real thoughts. And you better not join that shit. Let's see what else. How long before JPMorgan creates their own King and Zay TGOC operation? I actually been waiting on that too. Yeah, they're going to be coming. People trust us. They have to play their part in mass adoption, though. LOL. I mean, technically they do. It's crazy. I don't know. Other than that, that's what I was gonna say. Last but not least, people, I'm telling you now, I'm not supposed to say too much about this stuff and go in depth, nor will I, but I will say crypto reality shows are coming for a fact. Like commercials like JPMorgan, I knew they were coming already. People, it's like 4 more or 5 more huge crypto commercials coming out this year, or at least they're filming them this year. I don't know if they'll release them this year or next. They might be saving them for the next Super Bowl, to be honest. But so far, I can tell you for a fact, there's about 2 or 3 crypto reality shows coming out for a fact. 2 are going to be big. One, I think, is going to be some mom and pop-ish type thing. The commercials the commercials are ridiculous. And there's like 2 or 3, I'd say actually probably about 4 or 5 or 6 that I've seen so far this year. New like shows coming out, like crypto shows, where they're going to look like Zay and I, like they're not scripted, but they're going to be scripted. There's going to be teleprompters. I actually went to audition for one like years ago. It was funny as hell. I was just like,
the New Egg? Is that New Egg?
No, it wasn't even New Egg. It was some other company. They were like some video game company, because this is what happens a lot of times. Any company that's involved, many companies that's involved in technology, they're literally just trying to hire actors and give them scripts, and then have them, a crypto department pop up overnight, and then boom, use that to segue into some of the other things they have. So, but again, the reality show thing is happening, people. The crypto reality show. Remember, you heard it here first.
I got contacted for a crypto dating show.
Okay, you say all right. I ain't saying everything, bro. I got a whole folder of I saved some of them, but not everything. I was like, I don't want them to turn against me. They're like, damn, dog, are you over here?
Yeah, that's your industry. I'm definitely not on a crypto dating show. Come on, man.
To be fair, people, the reason why I don't go into details is because it is messed up. It's not like it's some big secret, as much as people are putting money into projects and they want to be the ones to announce these projects and market them. They don't want some guy to be like, oh, this show so-and-so coming out on the 3rd. It's going to be a crypto day. They're like, well, damn, can we at least announce it ourselves? So that's really the reason why. Nothing nefarious. There's way more nefarious things going on in crypto shows in Hollywood, but it is happening, people. So be on the lookout. And no, I'm not going to be one. I did think about being on a reality shows, but I was like, no, I ain't going to do that. That's too much. Other than that, that is the show for today. Make sure you smash that like and share. Bitcoin Zay, you got any news?
None for me. Happy hump day, people.
There it is. Smash that like and share. Again, we are getting closer to the 1,000th episode, so we will start releasing dates and all that good stuff. Guests, it's gonna be an exciting episode. We're still building up for right now, and we will see you all on Friday with some more crypto news. Smash that like and share, and hopefully by Friday we'll have our show clips up too. So be ready for some new clips, so you won't have to watch the whole episode. Cheers.
Cheers.